What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to talk about mounting with your weapon and how that affects the recoil and the aiming stability, and how it affects different guns differently as well. So I'll show some examples of all that. But before I get into that, I have some exciting news. We have some new merch available for purchase with it's just basic merch, t-shirts, sweatshirts. There's a sticker. We're going to have hats soon. It just has the True Game Data logo, and some of it looks pretty good, I think. So a lot of the money from those purchases goes directly to us to help us continue making content and further develop the website. So it's really appreciated if you are interested in getting any of that. I'll have the link down below. But yeah, let's talk about mounting. Alright, first up, to follow up on yesterday's video, this is a Ram 7 with no attachments. So mounting helps with recoil control, recoil stabilization, and aiming stability. It helps with all three of those things. So I'm going to do the same thing I did yesterday with the recoil stabilization. So I'll do a slow-mo video of firing, first of all, while mounted with the green dot right in the center of the screen. And then I'll do one while I'm not mounted. And you'll see that it helps a little bit with recoil stabilization, but not a ton. But it does definitely help with stabilization a little bit. So another thing I mentioned it helps is the aiming stability, which is how much your gun sways. And if you guys haven't seen my aiming stability video, that was the very first video I put on YouTube, and it was basically demonstrating that aiming stability, the sway that your gun has when you're just aimed down sights, continues even while you're firing. So that's a pretty interesting video. I'll link it up here so you can go check that out if you haven't seen it, but I'll demonstrate the difference here in aiming stability. So I'm gonna mount on this. So I'm gonna look at this little blue dot, and you'll be able to see how the red dot sight is swaying around that blue dot quite a bit when I'm not mounted. And then when you mount, it basically just sits on the blue dot. It still has a little bit of sway, but it's a very minor amount compared to when you're just standing still. So that's another thing that helps with accuracy, is gives you those consistent recoil patterns, and definitely helps with overall accuracy of the gun. But the biggest thing that it does is recoil control. So based on my video yesterday, we know recoil control just shrinks the entire recoil plot down. So I'll stand at this wall and strafe to the side and fire a full magazine of this Ram 7 without moving at all. And then I'll give you a comparison of the recoil plot, or the recoil pattern, with while I'm mounted. So same thing, just fire a full mag. So you can see that this is a huge reduction in recoil, and what's really weird is it affects different guns differently. So for example, if I shoot an M4 recoil pattern doing the same thing, I'll do the same exact thing here, strafe to the side, aim down sights, 30 bullets as well. So the height of the M4 from bottom to top is almost the same as the Ram 7, very close. I mean, you can repeat this over and over and you'll get slightly different results each time, but it's very, very close to the Ram 7 in vertical recoil magnitude. But then if you mount with this gun, with the M4, well, if you mount with the M4, and I'm going to move to the left a little bit, but actually no, I'll start right here. It'll cross the pattern, but you'll see. So you'll see that even though they were similar to start with when they weren't mounted, the Ram 7 ended about right here, and the M4 went all the way up there, more than double that. So it's interesting that the guns are different with mounting, and I will probably do a follow-up video on this one with the mount values for all the weapons. I might do that tomorrow. But there are certain ones that I'm already aware of that mounting, just from feel, just from using the guns, mounting makes them just a laser. So the Ram 7 is one of those. So the Ram 7, for some reason, is extremely strongly affected by mounting. The recoil control is crazy that you get from that, as well as just overall accuracy. SA-87 is another one that feels 100 times better when you're mounted, and it's something that I think is underused, and I never used it at all before. Before I did some camo grinds to get gold, and I had to use mounting to get kills. I never did it at all, but after doing those camo grinds, I learned how to use it a little bit better, and it makes a gun like a Ram 7 way more versatile in Warzone, because there are opportunities where you can mount with a Ram 7 and just absolutely fry people from 100 meters away, which is not what you could normally do with a Ram 7. Alright, so to put the amount of recoil reduction that you're getting when you mount in perspective for the Ram 7, this is again a Ram 7 with no attachments besides the red dot sight. I'm going to fire a recoil pattern here and then switch to a fully maximized recoil control version of the Ram 7 and compare that to what a no attachment Ram 7 recoil pattern looks like when you're mounted. So I'll shoot this one first. Okay, so same idea. I'm going to be the same distance from the target, strafe over to the side, and then fire a recoil pattern and compare. So the no attachment Ram 7 when mounted had about half the recoil of a completely recoil controlled Ram 7. So these are the attachments on the Ram 7. I have compensator, Ranger barrel, Ranger foregrip, and rubberized grip tape. So that's literally every recoil control attachment you can put on it. And it's still twice as tall as the no attachment Ram 7 when mounted. So this is what this gun would look like when mounted with full recoil control. Let's try that again. It literally has almost no recoil. So a quick little addition to this video that I'm going to throw in here at the end is the difference in aiming stability when you're standing up versus crouched versus prone. So I'll start with this this Ram 7. I'm going to look at that blue dot again, and you guys can see the aiming stability sway. It's got quite a bit of sway. And then if I crouch, you'll see that it's a little bit reduced. It's not a huge difference. A little bit reduced. I was a little off center there, but I think it's a little bit reduced. It's hard to tell. But then prone for sure makes a huge difference. So when you're prone, there's almost no sway. So again, that helps with consistent recoil patterns. There's no difference in recoil, like the actual recoil amount when you're crouched or prone, but it does help with aiming stability. So that reduces that sway of the gun throughout the recoil pattern. So it still helps a little bit with your overall accuracy, but not very much. Alright, well I hope you liked the video. Hoped it helped explain some things to you and helped you understand the game a little bit better. Again, check out that merch store. It's pretty cool. I'm excited. We'll get some more stuff up there pretty soon, but I have a lot of the basic things up there now. Yeah, I'll see you guys all in the next one. Thanks for watching.